The sun is set on another E3, and as the games industry nurses its hangover, we thought we'd pull some stats and find out exactly which announcements hit the biggest with the IGN audience. Here are the 11 biggest stories from E3 2016 as determined by IGN traffic rankings. After it was announced and immediately placed into the hands of the public via a PT-esque teaser, we sat down with Resident Evil 7's producer and director and uncovered 13 interesting details about Capcom's survival horror revival, including the fact that it has fewer but more meaningful enemies and that it takes significant inspiration from the original game. Nintendo's long-awaited Zelda game got a new name and a stunning new trailer, but the biggest Breath of the Wild revelation was the fact that the game's majestic open world is a staggering 12 times larger than the map in Twilight Princess. Indeed, Breath of the Wild's sizable E3 demo still only showed just 1% of the game's world. Fresh from his excellent Uncharted 4 cameo, the Wampa fruit-loving Bandicoot is set to return in ground-up remasters of the first 3 Crash Bandicoot games, all exclusively on PlayStation 4. He's even starring in the PS4 version of Skylanders Imaginators. Time to party like it's 1996. Surprise! Even the most switched-on of Spidey senses couldn't have predicted that the web-slinging comic book license would thwip its way into the grasp of developer Insomniac Games. It doesn't have a name or a release date, but this stunning superhero game has swung out of nowhere and landed squarely in every PS4 owner's pre-order list. Norman Reedus, naked on a beach, surrounded by deceased marine life and umbilically tethered to a newborn baby that suddenly dissolves into some kind of... what is that? Octopus ink? Whatever it was, Kojima's Death Stranding was possibly the most memorable trailer from the whole show. A new beginning grizzled an older, bearded Kratos at the end of the extended demo for the new God of War. Indeed, with a shift to Nordic mythology, an over-the-shoulder camera perspective, and some surprisingly tender moments between Kratos and Kratos Jr., this new entry in Sony's limb-tearing series looks set to really shake things up. Its existence wasn't exactly a well-kept secret, but during the Xbox press conference, the new slimmer, quieter Xbox One S was officially unveiled. In addition to a streamlined controller, the 40% smaller system will be able to output 4K for video playback, as well as enable games like Gears of War 4 and Forza Horizon 3 to incorporate high dynamic range enhancements to their visuals. The Skyrim Special Edition is coming to PS4, Xbox One and PC this October, bringing with it a raft of significant graphical enhancements like screen space reflections and volumetric god rays. The added bonus for console owners is that they'll be able to experience the extensive mod support that PC players have been enjoying for years. At last, you too can fight a dragon that looks like Macho Man Randy Savage. But that's not all. The good news is that work is underway on the next installment of The Elder Scrolls, according to Bethesda Game Studios boss Todd Howard. The bad news is that it's still a very long way off. Bethesda apparently has 2 other large projects to finish first, both bigger than everything Bethesda has done before. Yikes. PlayStation's press conference featured very little talking, removing the risk of awkward onstage banter, but more importantly putting all the focus on the games. As if the God of War, Death Stranding, Spider-Man and Crash Bandicoot reveals weren't enough, there were Batman and Star Wars games announced for PlayStation VR, and extended Horizon Zero Dawn and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare demos. All in all, it was an extremely well-orchestrated press conference. No, really, they totally had an orchestra there. Still, the one thing that will always trump new game announcements is a console reveal. Although Microsoft didn't actually show the box itself, it dropped the mic on its Xbox press conference with a tease of Project Scorpio, its next-gen-ish Xbox, due to arrive late in 2017. Claimed by Xbox head Phil Spencer to be the most powerful console ever built, Scorpio will apparently be able to handle 4K gaming at a buttery smooth 60 frames per second. It will even be able to pump out
fully uncompressed pixels.
Whatever that means. Still, the fact that Scorpio is set to support all Xbox One peripherals and games should make the upgrade all the more enticing for existing Xbox One owners. The Scorpio was comfortably the biggest news of the show among the IGN audience. For all things E3 2016, stick with IGN.